So what do I say about Osunlade? I sold Osunlade records for a many, many long time in my black market days. He is a genuinely lovely guy, really humble and super, super talented. I've been following for around for about 25 years. We did our first podcast with Delhi. It was amazingly well received. And we thought, right, okay, so where can we go now? Who is somebody that really, really influences me? Someone who I really want to hear what they've got to say. I mean, there's a lot of people that we're going to put on the podcast over the next couple of years, but Osun was right at the top of my list, and we just feel really humbled that he said that he would come and do the interview for us. So Paris does the interview. It's amazing. He is at home. He's relaxed. Talk about all sorts of issues from DJing to AI to his pet crocodile. Moving all over the place. And it's something really special. So please come and join us for our second podcast. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. And come listen to what Osun's got to say about all things music and house.
Here we are talking to the king, the establisher of our sound, the roots of everything that so many of us come from. Osunlade, welcome to Househead, the podcast. How are we, sir?
Very good today. Thank you. Thank you for the invite as well.
It's an honor, honestly, to have you here. Define what it feels like to be you and the journey over the years.
Yeah, I think that's the big understatement. Even myself, I'll listen to stuff or I'll be someplace and I'll hear something. I'm like, wow, I know that song. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's me. Something 20 years ago. After leaving the majors, when I started my label, my idea was like, okay, I do music. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to express myself and do music. Where it lands, what it goes for, I don't care. It's just about getting it out of me. And I think that's been the purest thing that I could have afforded myself.
Tell us about your creative process.
I don't force music. When it comes, it comes. I can go moments, sometimes years of not writing one song. But then I'll get into something where I do 3 albums in, 2 months or something like that. It's just when they give it to me, they give it to me. Coming from St. Louis, this is a very deeply soul, blues, jazz rooted city. So growing up, I grew up listening to a lot of live and playing with a lot of live musicians that were really, really good. The inspiration to push myself to just want to make good music and soul music. That was the whole thing. Even when I started dance music, it was like, oh, I could do this. This is just a 4/4 beat. I could put anything on top of a 4/4 beat. I'll just make soul music at house tempo. And, so it was always about arrangements and sonically, doing something that I've not heard myself.
In many circles, your creations and productions have been defined as timeless. Do you agree?
I hope it's timeless, but I think the approach for me is like, what can I make sonically that I've not heard? And I know that it's specifically coming from my spirit and it sounds like me. And it's something that organically can connect with people because of the frequencies that I chose to make that. So yeah, there's a joy in just making music and and not thinking about any kind of genre. Of course, we were saying earlier, a lot of people know me from the house music, but there's so much other things, and I think that that's the downside of being an artist is you're never really appreciated until you're gone. So I used to always say to my friends, like, make music for when you're dead. Like, just make music for when you're dead. Right now, just make the music for when you're dead. Don't care about any of the other things. Just pretend you're dead. And what are you going to leave here? Because that's when it's going to be discovered. So that's always my frame of mind. Like, I don't care about getting the hit single or, something. I don't give a shit about that. It's like, what do I need to get out of me? And, and how do I experiment and, further my abilities and sonically and all that thing. So yeah, it's fun to challenge myself and just to kind of go through the process, I guess.
Many people feel that the soul is being stripped out of dance music. How do you feel about that?
The soul is stripped out. It's the most damaging thing to our culture, and that's the thing that's happened with everything. And I don't want to make light of my auto interview, and it wasn't a racist or black and white thing. I love people doing it and whatever, but call it what it is. Don't subjugate yourself to something and appropriate something just because it makes you feel black, but there's nothing black in it. And that's my problem. Like, call it what it is. It's not Afro house. There's an Afro house doesn't even come from Africa. Afro house came from us in the States. You know, Kwaito, Amibiano, those are South African things. What you know of African house came from us. And I just hate hearing, and just seeing this the appropriation of it. And it happens with everything, and that's fine, but don't fucking take the soul out, you know. Don't water it down for the like, give it the real. And luckily, there's enough of us still around that understands what it is, and we come and party and we get together and we enjoy and we embrace and heal ourselves with the music, because that's what it's about. It's not about your Instagram photo and I was here and the lights and I always say, if your light show's better than your music, I don't care.
What is your take on DJ culture as it stands today?
It's just gone haywire, the entire DJ thing. It's almost a mockery of itself at this point. It's a parody of itself at this point. It's like you don't need any talent. It's not even about skills. Let's not talk about production, because production now and artistry, it's about skills. You learn the skill of some program, and that program allows you, it's not about your talent anymore. So we've even gone from talent to skill to even, you don't even need that now. You just show up with your boobs out and just dance. It's like, hey, okay.
Yeah, and I think it's worse than that because,
It is.
It's let alone, we've now got AI in the mix, and anyone who, as musicians, we understand that AI still hasn't, attacked harmony yet. It's very basic.
No, and it can't perform.
No, and that's the gift that I feel like we can reserve, and I feel like I always say it's reserved for those that care.
It all started when the world became a parody of themselves. When we started looking at ourselves like reality TV and that kind of thing, we just dumbed down everything. And now it's, we don't realize that I'm 57 in March, and we don't realize, these generations, they grew up with an iPad in their hands. That's an entire, I'm pre-barcode, you know what I mean? So it's an entirely different mindset, and their world is totally different from ours. So it's just really interesting now seeing how close we are to the movie of Idiocracy.
Okay, let's have the conversation then. Where do you sit with AI?
People enjoy AI, but they don't understand the amount of water it takes to make AI. So what's going to happen when we have no more water because you wanted to do all this fucking AI shit? It's crazy. So, I mean, I think at some point, I hope that we as a species wake up and really save ourselves. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, my job is to just do music and fucking express what I see. But in the greater scheme of things, oh my God. I hate the fact that there's just so much money thrown into all this stuff. But I also hate the fact that everything in the world is about money. There's nothing about soul, heart, feelings, anything from inside. Everyone's chasing the dollar, and it's like, wow, is that your idea of life? And so, yeah, I mean, again, it takes for each person, I think, to just look within and kind of find whatever balance they need to do. And what we were saying earlier, you live in the country, I live kind of in the country as well. That kind of balance of not being so subjected to that fast pace of energy and frequency, so you can slow down and really, really balance yourself and be consciously creative in whatever it is you do. So, yeah.
Do you think soulful music will have a space in the industry that's growing now?
There is. It's just harder. It's just harder for communities to congregate because it's difficult to find it, because there's just so much music out there. There's so many artists. Everybody's doing it again, because now you have people that have, all you need is a skill. You don't need talent. So anybody could do it. You get the right program that works with you. You learn it. Hey, I'm an artist now, and it's like, no, you're not. What key is that in? what's the arrangement? Arrangement. What's that? What's the B section? So anyway, yeah, it's a different time, and I think the key for us is just to hold tight and do what we do, and because at the end they're gonna sample everything out, and they're gonna have to find new stuff. So like, let me just make what I'm making.
Every album is something that we can use, let alone all the new stuff that you do. But every album we can look as markers to a standard, like for example, the KB
Yeah.
Feeling You, Butterfly, songs that we are still dropping to this day. If you know, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. I mean, it's amazing just to have such a great catalog of things that showcase my expressions. I'm very proud of my work. But I never get caught up in it because there's always more to do. So I'm always pushing myself and again, just trying to, yeah, do something else, make it funky in another way.
What tips would you give someone who wants to get into music production?
First thing I would say about production, learn piano. That's the first thing I would tell anybody. Learn piano because you can play anybody's part. It's basic piano. You don't need to be a virtuoso. You just learn some chords, learn what's what, learn the keys. Get a little freaky with it. And I think that for me was my first instrument, and I think that took me a long way. Because I was able to understand rhythm. I was able to understand how other instruments work, fingering instruments, percussive instruments, drums, those things. I understood the bass because the root and the piano, so I would say learn piano as a production on skills. I would say the most important thing for anyone outside of arrangement is mixing. Make sure you know how to mix, or at least get someone to mix your stuff, because that is the ultimate test of what your music's going to feel like and what's going to sound like. Also mastering. All you people out there that are I master my own. No, you don't. You have a fruit plugins that have saturation and limiters on them, and that shit sounds horrible. Get someone that does mastering, that has outboard hardware gear for the shit. Those are things that I don't do. I mix my own music because I have a really good ear for mixing. But mastering, I don't fuck with it because that's not I give it to the guy that I know. He knows my sound. He knows, yeah, yeah, I mean, just for production, I think those are the highlighted things that I would concentrate on. Also, make sure your drums are banging. That's just make sure your drums are banging. And when you're making drums, try to make the drums so great when you're making the song. Do it without a bass. If you don't need a bass, then the drums are great. Try that. Yeah, drums are not like even you can make toms reflect bass notes and even drum rhythms. I'm saying just work on drums to where it's like I don't even need a bass for this shit. It's just that good. That's something that I always do when I'm recording. I'm like I don't need a bass. Then when you put the bass in, you're like, oh okay. But yeah, little tip.
What is your favorite piece of production software to work on?
Logic, sonically superior to all the others, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is for the production nerds, but tell us about plugins. What sounds do you go for?
Ooh. Favorite plugin would probably be Battery because that's where I get my drums from. Yeah, Native Instruments. Yeah. But I have really random plugins from this guy made a plugin from Cincinnati. I think some synth. I have really random, really random things. Yeah. But I'm mostly hardware. I'll show you my studio as of now.
Oh, this is great. Let's check out inside Osunlade studio. Now, if you're listening to this on audio, please feel free to check out the YouTube where you can see what it looks like.
So here's the studio. It's a small setup, but pretty much old hardware stuff. and some percussion stuff and basses and guitars over there with all of a bunch of other garbage. But yeah.
Can you tell us about what you're working on at the moment?
This album I finished that's coming out. It's called Neon Box, and it's a funk album. And this is kind of a follow up from that, but this is, I guess, a little more polished. So, and it could just be because I'm working on it now, but this one also has vocals. Yeah, it's probably because I'm working on it now, but this one also has vocals. The other one was just an instrumental. So, um, a little bit, expanded. But yeah, I just started. So my process of working on an album usually comes if I get 3 songs done within a short span of time. Um, if I get that kind of inspiration, then I'll dive in. And so the last album took me 10 days. This album, I'm 4 songs in from last night.
And so I'm guessing there's been no sleep, right?
I don't sleep. I work until so example, I slept probably about 5 hours. I don't sleep more than 4 hours a day. And that's been since I was like 33. That's just a body clock thing. And then also I have this guy here who gets up at 3 and 5 every day to go pee. So I don't sleep straight through anytime. But naps are really good for me. I do a lot of naps. A good hour nap is better than a long rest for me. My hours are really random. I'm definitely a musician, night owl. I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock and waking up at 2 or 3. I had to set an alarm for this today.
And what about tips for DJs?
No pre-recorded mixes. No, no. For me, it's about the drums. It's if I have a song playing, I want to find a song that is unsimilar to that so that I can create a new cadence between the two things. That's kind of a key element in my mixing personally. Yeah, and beat matching. That's just 101. You got to beat match. Just but yeah, for me the cadence of the drums are important. I'm personally not a big fan of people mixing songs with vocals over other things in different keys and stuff. Like, give your songs some space so that they have, a good transition. And I want to be able to slide into it on the floor, not like crash land. So, yeah. Where we going? It's time to go to the bar. We can eat a drink. That's what I would do. And then the opening slots is like, I'm the headliner. I'm gonna bang it out. And it's like, no, you're opening, dude. Like in my contract, I have a clause in my contract. You can't play over 125 before me. Because you're already at the party. You've already got them up there. I have nowhere to go. And this, what's really interesting now? I do find a lot of the young guys now, they're really, really kind. The younger guys, before I go on, they'll ask me, where do you want me to land? I'm like, oh, that's fucking nice. The older guys would never answer. They just bang it out. So I do find that etiquette. I do find that the younger kids they have a different etiquette of respect between each other. I've even seen like at BBE they have a night where they have just young DJs play and unknowns, but just the respect between the crew, it's really really special. So I do appreciate that. But that's important. If you're opening up, understand you're opening. You're not the headliner. Don't bang it out. Especially if there's 2 people on the floor. Like you're 2 people and you're like 130 BPM. Like no, man, calm it down.
What are some of your favorite records right now?
Let's see what's hot on my box. Right, there's a new. I forget the name of the artist. Don't even have me lie, but it's on Bodhisattva's label. It's a EP. I forget the name of the song. What else is I playing right now? There's a new song from Rotomal. What's the name of that record? I don't even know the name of these records. I just did a new dump. I just did a big dump of shopping, and hold on, let me see if I can find them on my. Hold on, wait. Yeah, Alice Finking and Rocco Rotomal in the Hood. Oh my God, I don't know if you know that. Woo! killer. What else? It's the break. Yeah, the break is just like what? What else am I playing right now? The new JK on Ikai's label. Only Grace. It's really good as well. You wanna say hi, Corky? Come say hi. Come here, buddy. He's a big boy. Come here, say big boy. Hi, buddy. Okay, okay. He sort of licks a lot. He likes to lick. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think about at the moment. But yeah, I'm always I buy music every Tuesday. Yeah, every Tuesday's my thing, and then I stream almost every day when I'm home on Twitch. So I get to go through my music, through that, and got a little nice little tribe on Twitch. So hey, what?
What's your thoughts on streaming sets, and video sets?
It took me a year. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And it was one of the best things I've done because I'd never owned CDJs until then. I never had a setup at home because I'm always in the road. I was always playing. So there's like no reason for me to buy them. And I found it really, really good to have something that you can interact with people. And the beauty of that, having my own little tribe, is, when I'm in a different place like the UK and I meet someone that's, been with me on 3 years or something, like you're just like family, this person, yeah. So that's been beautiful. And also having the luxury to be in your house in your underwear and your robe and just play music. you know like I don't have to get on a plane. I can just play some jams and they're right there. And so the first year of COVID, I paid my rent through Twitch. It was good. Of course, after COVID, it's like nah, because it's difficult to balance up. Yeah, but when I'm home, I try to stream. I do it at least 4 days a week. So it's more for me, it's a responsibility because I have about nearly 10,000 followers and probably about 300 subscribers. So I'm like, they're paying money. I need to give them their money's worth. So, and then I also, again, I buy so much music. I want to go through it before I get out. And it's free practice. I have a free audience. So, and I do enjoy the chatting and the interacting with them. And when you see someone, you're like, oh, that's my girl from Japan. You go to Japan and you meet her. And it's like, oh, these people have been supporting me and my lifestyle and my paying my rent. And I'm like, yes, let me give you a hug. So and it's via music, which is the best thing. They're there for the music. So yeah, I mean, anything that brings a collective of people together with music, I'm there. I'm there for it. I love it.
Tell me, what is your favorite country to DJ in?
Ooh, the DJing. Ooh, I'd say the UK's up there, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, the UK's up there. Probably just off the top. Oh, let's say the US as well. Because the U.S. every city in the state has its own, its own funk. Atlanta has its own thing. You go there, you party like Atlanta. Detroit's got its own thing. Chicago's got it. New York's got its own thing. So the states has got, it's good over here. But I would say the UK because no matter where you are in the UK, like I've played in some small towns in the UK. You're like, where am I and who are you people? But yeah, but they love it, and I mean, I think the UK hits me hard because of the musical knowledge and appreciation. You guys have a great culture of music and where it comes from and that kind of thing. You support it, and I've always had a big love for the UK. It's definitely one of my biggest supporting countries for sure. I think on Spotify you are the number one country that follows me. When I first started coming to the UK, like just the music that I was introduced to that I wasn't aware of, coming from here, and it was shit from over here. I'm like, where the fuck have I been? You guys know music. You know music. You grew up with it, and there's no shortage of music education there. And I love that. And you guys are open to you drop something, and if you don't know it, you're like, okay, let's go. It's you're not highbrow, frown upon your face kind of people. You want to party, you're gonna party. and that's good.
So we have your dog Corky with us today, but you have a rich history with animals. Tell us about it.
I'm an animal person. I've had snakes, I've had iguanas, I've had an alligator before.
No, oh stop it.
I did. I had an alligator in LA. A friend dropped an alligator off at my house, some pet store from Oxnard up in the north. They were closing, and he comes to my house. He's like, I didn't know where to take it or who else would take it. And I was like, bring it on in. So yeah, his name was Arthur. Arthur, he died in
That was
the
going to be my next
cold.
question. Arthur the
Arthur.
alligator.
Arthur the alligator, yeah. There's like a little crocodile, like probably 6 feet. And we didn't do anything with it. We just fed it and watched it. Alligators and crocodiles, they don't have really good sight. They only go by sound. Had a little outhouse for him. He stayed in. It was really nothing. But yeah, I had one for about 2 years. Corky, what do you want, man? Leave me be. I am working. No, he wants to lick my ears. So he has this thing where well, dogs are when they're licking something, their nervous system calms down. It's also a form of affection. Just like if a dog paws you, that's their way of giving you a hug. So I used to raise dogs. I used to breed dogs. So this dog was in the kennel for a year and a half. He was adopted once, fostered twice. So he'd been in and out 3 times. So when I got him, I couldn't even touch him. He was like really like very aggressive, very, very. Once one of the people was fighting, dog fighting him. So he's not social at all, but he's the sweetest dude. But he's such a fucking baby because I'm the dude that rescued him. So I'm his dude. Like,
Your
yeah,
buddy.
it starts with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he wants to lick my ears because that's his. Come on, buddy. Come on over. So we call him Sir Licks-a-Lot.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a weird one. I've always, I've always had dogs. Yeah, I used to have cats as well, but I'm a dog person, but I've had cats as well.
give us an example of what life is like being Osunlade. Of course, now letting us know you don't sleep. What does that look like with kind of your nutrition and health?
I am a very, very conscious eater. I cook most days. I eat meat about once or twice a week. I fast every 2 weeks for 2 days, and I'm pretty good on food. Lots of beans, lots of soups and curries and stuff like that. But yeah, do a little bit of workout. I do a lot of grounding, do a lot of walking with this dude as well. We do about 3 miles, between 1 and 3 miles a day. Like I said, we have a lake over here, so we go to the lake 3 times a week. And I can't get up. I can't start my day without him going out for a walk. That is the first thing. Like before coffee, before anything, he's got to go. And so we do about a mile here in the neighborhood. And then if he's been a good boy, I'll take him to the lake as well. And that's an 8 mile lake, and we do half of that. So I get around a little bit. I move around, sitting, playing music because my setup for my stream is sitting, and then my studio is sitting. So sitting all day, no, I have to move around. Then also my mom is I have to keep her mobile as well. So I get out and get her out and force her to move around too. So
When you're producing, do you have a process in which you pick vocalists?
no, not really. I mean, most of the time I'm working with other vocalists is when I'm doing a remix or something. Outside of that, it's my own artist on the label, or I'll sing it myself. So pretty much, if it's male vocal, I'll sing it myself. I mean, I don't really have that many collabs with vocals outside of remixes. I mean, like I said, there are a few artists on the label that sing, and if I need something, female vocals or something, I'll use somebody. But yeah, I have access to a lot of people, but I'm a one pony show. I don't really do collabs really good, or I'm not really that social when it comes to music. Maybe as much as I should be. When I'm touring with my band, it's different, but creating music is very personal for me, so I tend to not do too many one-on-one collab things. But when I do, it's really cool. I really enjoy it because brings out a separate part of me that I wouldn't ever, explore it. So it's fun. I have a really good collaborative project with James Curd in Australia, and we work really well together. But it's more of a mechanical, not mechanical. I can say this, no use that word. He's a really great engineer, and it's great, but it's also you're collabing, so you have to you know, you have to comply, and I'm not really good at that. So,
Oh,
but we come to terms with things. We come to terms with things, so it's good. But again, most of the times, yeah, it's just a very personal and sort of thing that I have to get something out of me. It's like, get it out of me. Let me move forward in my life.
right.
It's that,
That
that,
was
that kind
yesterday.
of thing. Yeah. Exactly. Like, let's move on. So, yeah.
That's wonderful. So, of course, you even collaborated with artists like Music Soul Child. How would you
Yeah.
define that crossover if we're talking about that level of vocalists?
Yeah, music was fun. He was his first album. Great artist, great vocals. I learned a lot from him. He's been young guy. Being so young, he was really smart. Um, that was a project that Eric Roberson and I worked on together, as we did a few things. Vivian Green as well, and that was just something like we would work. I'd do music, he'd write the lyrics to that, and in the studio, I'd do the production. Um, of that, and he would do the vocal production. That was a good situation. I think I worked him music a bit too hard on some of the things. We did a cover of Michael Jackson's "Lady in My Life." We had a great time. I was really impressed with his vocal ability. He was really, really smart and fast in the studio. It was really, as far as vocals and harmonies and stuff like that, arrangements, really, really. He's actually the first guy. He taught me how to use chopsticks. I got that from him.
No way.
Yeah. He told me, he's like, if you can pick up paper, you can pick up anything. I was like, oh, I can pick up paper. Yeah. So, yeah, I credit that to him. We had fun in the studio. We worked on 4 songs together. So yeah, it was a good time. I enjoy all of the production. I'm a hardcore ass on other people in the studio because it's got to be done.
Obviously that song Change for Me it broke
Yeah,
generations.
that was.
How do you sit back and reflect that to this day?
Oh, that was we knew that was a great song when we did it. It was just like we had to do that song twice actually because the first time we did it, the first time the music was inverted, so we had to do it twice. But yeah, no, that song was like one of the few songs Eric and I worked on together for his projects. Yeah, no, that one was just. I mean, that was like Eric Roberson. Our combo of working and writing together is a very very great marriage, melodically and sonically. We have a really good collab companionship. So that was just magic that happened, and it was just like that song is actually. Parts of the strings and all that is from Music Soul Child session for Settle for My Love. Yeah. Yeah, so we did a remake of Settle for My Love on Music's album. Yes. And so the strings are from that and the guitar, I think. So we wrote, yeah, so we just wrote a new song with it. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah. No, that was a big one. That was a big one.
Looking over the years and the legacy you've built, do you ever think about everything you've done and whether it would look like this?
No, I never think about anything but what's in front of me. Like, I'm one of those people, if it's not in my peripheral or in front of me, it's not relevant. Like politics, government, I don't care. That's not my life. What's gonna happen? Like, I didn't know, I thought growing up I was gonna be this big time producer in Hollywood. That's why I moved to LA and I was trying that, and then I was like, oh, let me get the fuck out of here before I lose my soul with all this shit. And when I got the opportunity to start the label, it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do music. I do music. That's just do music. That's it. Don't care about any of the other things. So when I got to that point in my life, I just started being really conscious of only focus on where you are, and that's what I do. So what tomorrow brings is whatever. I look at my life as very fortunate. and I'm grateful. And I'm just trying to evolve as the pace goes. And I didn't think I'd be an old man still DJing, but here I am. Still fun.
Tell me what you love about Australia. Obviously, you say you're between the States and Australia. So, what is the magic of Australia for you?
Everything. It's the best country in the world. It is the land of milk and honey. I don't think they know how good they have it. The nature is amazing. It's the best nature. Like there's shit only there in the world. Like the birds. Like wake up in the morning to hear the birds, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best song ever. There's sounds that you never heard in your. I mean, like just that, and it's where I live. I'm like, there's a family of koalas, next door. It's where would you get that? So it's just peaceful, and yeah, it's just peaceful, and the people are just genuine people. I think that because they don't have religion like other cultures, they they take people for who they're worth. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
it's just a different thing. They're morally sound people, and it's a very expensive place, but the cost of living is high because the cost of pay is high. They appreciate hard
Mm.
work. So I don't know. I just love it. I love it. Everything works there. When you're traveling, I don't need my ID every fucking place. I got a ticket. Here's your ticket. About the ticket. There you go. My friends can come to the fucking gate to see me when I get off the plane. Like, it's the different world. People are people. It's
Right.
you saw what happened in Bondi Beach. It's like people. The guy jumped on that guy. Like that's Australia. Like, no, you're not gonna do that here. And that's
Mm. Not here.
yeah, the spirit of those people. It's amazing, and I have a really really huge family of friends there. I've been going there for like 22 years, and it's been a long process of me getting there.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been playing there for a long time, but it's just been always been my, it just took me some time to find the actual place that, in the country that was my place.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Do you have like some favorites? Who are your peers? Like, do you have favorite DJs? Who would you regard as some of your favorites here?
I have a lot. I mean, in the business, yeah. I mean, I'm cool with everybody, but I'm so like I'm over here. I'm cool, but I'm over here.
Right.
But I'm cool with everybody. I love the fact that all of my peers in my age group from the States and from the Europe and wherever that's been, the IG culture, the Ron Trents, from the whole gamut of all of us, now we're older and we're doing the best music we've ever done in our lives. We're not chasing any of the other stuff. We're letting all these kids get the fame and all that. And it's just great to see that we're still doing our thing, and everybody has their own pocket of their demographic of people that follow them, and it's a beautiful thing that we've all carved our own little destiny and places in this business that we can survive and go DJ and get asked to do remixes or show up at places. It's a beautiful thing, and it's again from the music. I think if you do honest music, you get honest responses. So, it's a blessing to be able to be appreciated for what comes from you naturally. Like that's the best feeling ever. Like, yeah, this happened for me naturally, So yeah, I'm glad people appreciate it, and it makes you warm. But again, I don't get into the frame of mind of any ego. I'm just a man doing what I'm doing, and my mission is just to do as much of it before I can't do anymore, and that's as simple as it gets for me.
Thank you so much, Osunlade. It's been amazing to sit with you
My
and just
pleasure.
have a little zoom in into who you are and
Sorry
what
for
you
the dog
do. And
interruptions.
all right,
Bless. Thank you
great.
again.
Thank you. All
All right,
right, speak to you
ciao.
soon. Bless you too. Take care. See you. Bye.